Well, hello and welcome. This is a very, very, very special 3 o'clock live for me today. I'm actually over in my happiest of happy place. Happiest of happy places. I'm actually minutes from the cliffs of Slieve League and minutes from Carrick. So I am so relaxed and so happy, just so delighted to be here and dreading going home tomorrow. So I do hope that some of you will be able to pop in and join me. And if you're coming in on the replay, and I don't blame you, because if it's sunny here, it's probably really sunny where you are too. And just enjoy your sunshine wherever you are and put a big smile on your face. And join me in smiling, because I haven't stopped smiling since I arrived here, and that is the truth. Somebody's there, so do say hello to me, and will you check my sound and check my light? I don't have my normal light setting with me, so my light is probably not fantastic, and hopefully the sound is okay and the Wi-Fi is okay. A couple of people there. Kavina is there. She said it's sunny in Derry as well and looking fine. Thank you, Kavina. Well, I'm actually here in Lizzies Cottage, which is on the road up to Bunglass. And I booked Lizzies Cottage only about 2 or 3 weeks ago because I fancied a week over at home, and I found Lizzies Cottage. And I came with no expectations at all. I knew exactly where it was, so the location was perfect, and I knew that it had super fast broadband, which we all needed. So that was great. Well, what I didn't expect was to fall in love with Lizzies Cottage. Honestly, everything about this house is just a tribute to Amanda and Dermot, who own it, and the level of care and attention and design and function and flow that they have created in this house. It's unbelievable. It's an old cottage, and I do remember the existing cottage, and I remember Lizzie Wanish, who used to own it and live here. But what they have done is they've created a mirror extension at the back. So it's like 2 cottages together. So you've got the old cottage to the front and the new cottage to the back. And they have combined the most perfect contemporary design with this older property. And it's gorgeous. It really, none of us want to leave tomorrow. And that is the truth. So I was thinking about this, and I thought, you know what? And I rang Amanda last night and I said, do you mind if I do a live from Lizzie's Cottage? And there they even have a little, can you see that? A little placemat with Lizzie's Cottage on it. It's a lovely name. So I said, would you mind if I do a live from the cottage tomorrow? Because what I want to do is to just give you some design inspirations and design tips about what works in your own home. And also, if you had an Airbnb, or if you have a property that you let out, or if you've got guests coming, what actually makes an accommodation wonderful as opposed to okay? So, and if anybody has any questions at all, if you have an Airbnb or you have any kind of a rental property, pop your questions in. Or if you have any questions about your own house, pop them in as well. And hopefully you can hear me absolutely fine. Nobody else is telling me where they are, but listen, it's glorious here. It is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to have a look here at my phone as well. It's telling me we're on live on YouTube as well, but we all knew that. Okay, brilliant. Here, because this cottage is in such an exposed location, and we are in southwest Donegal, and weather is paramount for the exterior of your home. So there's a couple of things that they've done that I think are superb. Firstly, they triple glazed their windows, and that is definitely something that you should consider and don't overlook. And as well as that, if you're living in a rural area, if you're in a city, or if you're in an apartment in a city, Spencer Delahunty is down in Macroom, West Cork, watching. Well, listen, I'm sure it is just gorgeous down in West Cork as well. Another beautiful spot. But Teeling, Carrick, this area is definitely my happy place. Wherever I go in the world, my heart will always be here, always. It's where I grew up. I just love it. But yes, the weather is often against us here. So yes, triple glazing, definitely money well spent. The guys have also fenced off outside, and they've got gates, and they've got PVC fencing and gating. Very, very good idea. Another thing, if you're in an area like this, if you wanted to have decking, having composite decking is a weatherproof good idea as well. But from the minute you step in the front door, there's just this sense of peace and relaxation, and it is a surprise because you're expecting it to be an old-fashioned older cottage, and it's not. It's clean lined, it's contemporary, it is bright, it is uplifting. And I thought about what did they do to, and I'll start with the kitchen, because to me, every design starts in the kitchen. So they went with a very contemporary, high quality, pale grey, you can see it behind me, simple shaker style kitchen. And then there's a bank of units here, which you can see, they're a dark charcoal grey. The fridge is there, the freezer, the ovens, larger cupboards. So you literally come in and decant your shopping into that space, which is fantastic. Loads of big deep drawers, so tons and tons of storage in the kitchen. And they have a peninsula in the kitchen, which doesn't always work in many kitchens, but it works here. Because I'm looking out onto the dining table, gorgeous contemporary marble dining table with dark grey leather chairs, and they've got a lovely microfiber on the chairs, which is very practical but looks gorgeous, and stunning contemporary curtains as well. Large format, I'm a big fan of the large format tile. They have a large format tile in a light grey with a little bit of a mottled effect on it on the floors. I haven't vacuumed or I haven't washed the floor all week, and it just proves, when people say, oh, I've got kids, I've got high traffic, I really need to have a dark floor. You don't. If anybody's ever bought a black car, it's really hard to keep your black car clean. It's the same with a dark floor. So they have these gorgeous, I think they're about 1 metre square tile. I didn't measure them. And they've got a semi-lepato finish, which is something that I also love. Don't go with a high shine, don't go with a super glaze, go with a semi-lepato finish, so you get this nice matte effect, but it's not absolutely matte. There's a little bit of life to it, and it's really, really attractive. So from the minute you come in from the front door, through into the kitchen dining area and out into the utility room, you've got this gorgeous large format tile which pushes the space out and makes it seem even more spacious. Now, one thing they did in the hall, which I really think I'm delighted they did this, they made their hall a little bit wider than it probably should have been, and that has created a lovely sense of spaciousness as you walk into that hall. It definitely adds to the luxury of the space. But the kitchen is so relaxing. Excuse me, I still have the broken thumb, guys. I actually took the splint off a few minutes ago because it was too vain to come on camera with it on. I thought but I have to keep it on. But those large format tiles are definitely pushing the walls out, and they're so attractive and gorgeous. And it's a beautiful marriage, excuse me, of the dark greys and the light greys. And I love it. I absolutely love it. Very restful, very tasteful and calm. The living room is very simply furnished. One thing that they've done, which I think is a brilliant idea, they have got a large contemporary pellet stove set in the most exquisite stone that I've seen in a long, long time, which I believe is Dermot's own work. It is actually superb. It's stone. It's not fussy stone. It's quite simple, but it's still traditional Donegal stone, and I love it. It's absolutely gorgeous. But this pellet stove is wonderful. You literally chuck in some of these pellets, turn it on, and it heats the water, it heats the radiators, and it's got this gorgeous big fiery fire going. And when I'm in Carrick, I like to have an open fire. I like to have a fire. I think it's a psychological thing, even in summer. I've always been a light the fire girl. But there's no mess, there's no ash, there's no dirt. It's wonderful. And I love it, absolutely gorgeous. And you could even have it in the most uber contemporary space and it would still look amazing. It is quite contemporary looking. And I love actually sitting in there at night and watching out the small windows with the big deep recesses and seeing people walk up and down to the cliffs, because it's just such a happy place. And even when it's raining, and it did rain here for 2 full days after we arrived, you know what I did? I journaled and I did tons of mindset work, and I really powered myself up. So even though I wasn't getting out, we sort of compensated with nice food, and we did go out to eat all of the time, but I had a wonderful time here because it was so relaxing. I was quite happy to be here. It was warm, it was comfortable, it was uplifting. All the chairs are really, really comfortable. The sofas are really, really comfortable. The beds are really, really comfortable. The towels are really soft and squishy and luxurious. And it's all these things that create luxury in your own home that you don't think about. And I don't think about it, but I thought about it here because I actually asked myself the question, why does this house work so well? And it's a combination of everything that they have done. Lighting too, they've got their lighting absolutely spot on. They have lots of those daylight recreating LED spotlights here in the kitchen on two switches, and they have them in the hall as well. So there's this lovely sense, even when it's dark, and it was dark when it was raining here for the last couple of days, you know, this lovely sense of natural light. They have two gorgeous pendant lights, feature lights over the peninsula island that you can't see. And they've task lighting as well, because, you know, I've told you so many times, if you want to improve your lighting, if you want to have perfect lighting, you must layer up your lighting. And the guys have definitely done that. And I was just thinking, okay, we're here in the summertime. I could easily come back here for a week in the winter time. So for anybody planning a little break in Donegal, you know, coming into autumn or winter, you can still get up to that cliff if you walk, you know, you just wear the gear if it's wet or whatever. But you could have you could even have a wonderful working break here, because the internet is superb. We needed that, and it is absolutely super fast fibre broadband, same as we have at home. Excellent. So that you could work away to your heart's content, and because of that stove and because of the luxury of the surroundings, and it's a simple luxury, it's not ostentatious, it is what I would call contemporary classic. It is just understated, luxurious and gorgeous. And one thing that they did, and I don't know if they did this deliberately, but I would urge that they continue to do this, there are no pictures on the walls here. And you know that I'm the girl that will hang 50 million pictures on the wall. But because this is not your home, because it's somewhere where you're coming to relax, it's like coming to a hotel, you don't feel like you're stepping into somebody else's home, because there are no personal things on the wall. And I like that. I have to say, I like it. And the colour of the walls is so pleasing. It's a lovely, I'm not exactly sure what it is. It could be one of the colour trends. It could be oyster bed colour trend. It's that sort of a colour. It's a greyish, it's warm, you know, it doesn't matter whether it's raining or sunny, it's actually gorgeous and works really, really well with the floor. So it's so muted and calming and fabulous. And the bathrooms it's like having a spa experience. Three of us, and we have a bathroom each, and I took over the main bathroom, and the two lads are the two en suites. And you know, I've got really super high powered showers, which they like a harder shower than I do, but I'm loving what I have. They're just gorgeous. So having the luxury of a really good, powerful shower is something that I encourage any of you to do. So if you're thinking of retrofitting a bathroom, building a new home, will you please invest? You don't necessarily have to spend silly money on really good showers. Just do your homework. There's a couple that I use all the time, but the shower experience is amazing. The 3 bathrooms are completely tiled. They're wet room bathrooms, and they're completely tiled with heated towel rails. So there is phenomenal luxury. There's, you know, the lighted mirrors have got demist mats, and of course there's a light for putting on your makeup. There's a vanity, loads of storage here. I can't underemphasize or overemphasize how much you need storage, you know, particularly in a small space. And if there were, say, this house could accommodate 6 of us, it's only 3 of us, but if there were 6 of us here, there is ample storage. There's far too much storage for us. You know, the kitchen has tons of storage, the bedrooms all have slide robes, and the bathrooms all have storage as well. So it's just such a joy. Very generous utility room behind me, superbly laid out. Washer dryer up high at eye level, which I do all the time. And they did something that I always do as well. They've got a little tray underneath that pulls out so that you can fold your laundry. Not that I'm doing too much, but fold your laundry, and put, you know, as you're dealing with it. And if you have a very small space out there is not small, but if you've got a small space, this is a brilliant idea, because if you don't have space for a ton of worktop space in your utility room, just pull out your little tray, and it's only such a narrow little tray. It doesn't have to be much deeper than my phone, but it just pulls out, and you can, as you're taking things out of the dryer, you can fold them, and you know, you have somewhere to put your detergents and stuff at the washing machine end as well. So listen, we've had just such a beautiful, beautiful time, honestly. I mean, I love it over here anyway, so I was coming with no expectations of the house. I saw some photographs, I didn't really think too much about it, and all of us have genuinely fallen in love with it. So if you are thinking of having a trip over to Carrick, Teeling, Killybegs, Glencolm, Kilcar, I would urge you to find, I'm sure it's probably booked out all the time. I was very, very lucky, but I would urge you to just check it out. It's Lizzies Cottage, such a pretty name. And I do remember Lizzie Wanish, who used to own it. So lovely name for a lovely lady, and gorgeous cottage. But I have to say, kudos to Amanda and Dermot. Brilliant, brilliant job. They've, you know, if Carlsberg did holiday homes, holiday cottages, I would absolutely think this is it. I can't rate it highly enough, and I came with such an open mind, no expectations at all, except that I knew I'd be happy here, and I genuinely do not want to leave. It's that relaxing, that peaceful. The sun is blasting in now, and you know, the cliffs are literally, I will walk up there shortly, you know, and I'm looking out on the hills and I'm looking down to Teelan, and it's just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Kavina's saying, sounds absolutely fantastic. I know, Kavina, I'm working for Fulsha Ireland now. This is not an ad. This is absolutely not an ad. This is from the heart. This is because I have genuinely fallen in love with this house. Absolutely. And I want to give credit where credit is due, because, you know, the guys, their attention to even the flowers behind me on this side, I didn't bring them. They were here. The quality of everything, you know, the quality of the crockery, everything is just superb quality. It really is. So if you wanted, you know, the perfect staycation, be a lovely romantic place to come to for a couple, you know, with that lovely fire, and yet you'd have enough space to do your reading or whatever you want to do. And yeah, it's just, and it's lovely to see. I'm watching people up and down in their t-shirts, walking up and down. And actually, one thing I was worried about, I thought the traffic might have been pretty busy, because Slieve gets busy, but now there's a bus that goes from the visitor centre up. It seems to go every 20 minutes or so. I've walked, I don't know, but you can get the bus up, so the traffic is much reduced. And what you get now are people walking up, lots of couples, few people with dogs, some people walking with their kids, and that's lovely. It really is lovely. It puts me in good form just to see these happy faces walking. Yeah, there goes the bus down again, and it'll come back up again. So listen, I love this place. It is, and even our Jack hasn't been in Carrick for a long time, and he said, Mum, I've just forgotten how much you can relax over here. There's very little phone coverage, so apologies to anybody. If Aunt Denise is watching, I wasn't able to ring you yesterday, and I will do that as soon as I get back home, because coverage is I have one spot at my pillow where there is coverage, phone coverage, but obviously there's Wi-Fi when we're back in the house. So anybody got any questions at all, or any Airbnb questions, or any questions about anything? Because I'll answer them. And for anybody popping in later on the replay, listen, you're so welcome. And yeah, I'm smiling all week, and I feel so relaxed, and I'm sleeping so well. But the beds are really comfortable too. And you know, I've always said, go for the biggest bed you can. And there are lovely headboards on the bed, so it's really comfortable if you want to read in bed. But really good mattress. And you know what? If your mattress is not 100%, go and invest in a good mattress topper. Christmas time, my mother-in-law had got a new mattress, I think, and she wasn't totally happy with it. And I went and I bought her a mattress topper, and she didn't believe me, but she said the difference it made is phenomenal. So, and pillows as well, you know, have really good pillows. I carry all of my tension here in my neck. It's in my thumb now. I am in trouble with that thumb. I thought I was getting away with it. I thought everything was fine. And once the swelling went down, I can actually see where the breaks are, which is not very pretty. And even today when I was in the shower, I kind of treated myself. I brought all my products, and I have a lovely Clarence body scrub that I use, and a Clarence cream that are really rich, and I don't use it half often enough, but I had time this morning, so I put it on, and as I was just working on this part of my arm, I could feel the pain starting up here in two places. So somebody told me yesterday it's going to take months for it to get better. So as soon as I'm finished, I'll stick my splint on again, because I had been bold and had taken it off. But even I can't even feel anything there. The nerves are all damaged here. So moral of the story is, when you're closing your car door, be very careful that your fingers or your thumb are not in the way and get them stuck in. Kavina says, I'd be nervous the Airbnb was genuine. The skeptic in me, love my silk pillowcases, I must. Now, I think you're touching on something that I read about, Kavina. I think that some people in the north were sending deposits to Airbnbs that weren't legitimate. Is that what you're saying, Kavina? Well, listen here. I can tell you, I booked through Trident Homes and Booking.com. So if you go onto Booking.com, you'll find Lizzies Cottage. I can tell you everything is 150% genuine here, and I'll be back. There's no doubt about it. You know, we might even book time in before we leave. Catherine is saying, hi Anne, just after tuning in. Hello, Catherine. I have no doubt the sun is shining up in beautiful Carrick and Shannon as well. So I'm having a lovely time. Broken thumb. is a nuisance. You know, even when I was journaling, I'll be brutally honest, you should see the way I have, here's a pen here, the way I have to hold the pen. You know, I can't write normally, so I'm sort of writing like a child, but I'm still doing it, and I journal so much over those first few days, and I did a ton of mindset work and loads of affirmation work, and gosh, you know, it is, because we were tired after moving and everything and all that work and all that packing and the logistics of everything. It was tough, and 3 of us were exhausted. So I have definitely replenished physically and mentally, and Lizzies Cottage definitely helped with the physical, you know, and my journaling and my mindset work has helped with my mental. You know, it's just great. Somebody's in hi Anne in capital letters. Thank you so much. I'll take that any day. So listen, hope you're all doing well. I know the summer weather has been lousy, but it's gorgeous today. So if you get a good day, get out, do something lovely for yourself. Just get out for a walk, or take your coffee out into the sunshine, because it just does relax you and just makes you feel so good. But yeah, lovely. You'll find Lizzie's the cottage on, you actually find the photographs on booking.com if you want to have a peek, because my descriptions are probably not wonderful. But we have loved being here, and I just feel the attention to detail is worthy of a massive shout out, because they certainly didn't have to go to the level of style and design that they have done, and they've done a superb job. So gold star, guys, absolutely gold star, 5 stars for Lizzie's Cottage. And listen, if you are, you know, if you're somebody who feels that you're flying by the seat of your pants at home and you don't get it right, and you're not feeling the way I'm feeling here, you're not feeling relaxed in your own home, and the light is bugging you, and your bed is bugging you, and the function and different things are bugging you, will you please, on the 15th of August, I'm launching my Sharing the Secrets, my interior design masterclass again. And I'm doing this for a reason, because you know that I'm very mindful of the fact that many of you are struggling with the costs, the increased costs of everything, particularly to do with home and construction. I was actually out on site yesterday, gorgeous site visit, again in the sunshine with a sea view, it was beautiful. And you know, the builder talked about the reality of costs from his end, and it is a reality for all of us. So my Sharing the Secrets Masterclass, I have added on a bonus piece to it, and the bonus piece is more dash than cash. How to get the look without the spend. Whether you're retrofitting, whether you're just redecorating a room in your house, whether you're building a new house, or whether you're renovating, everything that you need is here from start to finish to get you to that happy place where you know exactly how to shop, how to put a look together, how to put your colours together, all the things that you've struggled with. They're there. So I'm going to launch it again on the 15th of August. I'm not putting the price up. There is obviously a big bonus onto it. And Mary, right, you're distracting me. I saw you. I've just been nosy and seen your message coming in. But yes, you get everything that was there before, including the backup, my backup in the Facebook group. So do, if anybody's interested, do. Please, just send me a message and I'll send you the details, because the bonus more dash than cash is almost like, you know, it's a course in itself that I really should be charging for separately, but I'm not, because I'm just mindful of people's costs, and I want to do this because I can. Mary White is saying, hi Anne. Glad you're having a good time. I'm having a great time, Mary, and I will ring you, because we're heading to Spain on the 22nd. We're leaving here on the 22nd of August, so I do want to chat to Mary before I go, because Mary has a gorgeous house in Merca, and she is a Spanish expert. She is a Spanish room junkie señorita. And she's a fantastic artist as well. And she told me that recently she has started exhibiting in St. Stephen's Green. So I'm delighted, because her work is amazing. So it's just fantastic that all these tourists and all these people wandering around Stephen's Green can actually see what she's doing and, yeah, pick up something gorgeous. Kavina is saying, definitely worth it. Going through it again, as our plans have just went to planning. Yes, I didn't know that. Oh, happy days, Kavina, happy days. But it's been vital for us, a definite must. Kavina is talking about finding your fabulous. And Kavina actually got her husband to do it as well. When she was finished it, she handed it over to Will. And the two of them, I'll tell you, are a very good pair together from a design perspective. They're really, really good. Delighted that. I'm thrilled for you. That's great. That means that's a big milestone if you've gone to planning, Kavina. So yes, and for anybody who has or who is a Sharing the Secrets Masterclass student, you have access to that course forever and ever. So do dip in and out of it as you want. And don't be shy, because you might have joined maybe a year ago or 2 years ago or whatever. Don't be shy if you've got a question. Like, part of that course is a backup from me. So if you've got a question, you can send that question to me anytime and I will come back to you. And poor Aunt Elise did that yesterday and we were to talk, but we didn't, but we will over the next day or two. We will get a big long talk in. I just couldn't. I just had no coverage whatsoever and couldn't ring her. Okay, so listen, I am going to go, and I'm going to go back up there again, and I'll smile the whole way up the road. Isn't it strange? I don't know that I become like a little girl here again, but it's certainly, I have such beautiful memories of growing up here. And I'm actually going to go up to Mum's grave because we're going back home tomorrow. I'm going to go up to Mum's grave this evening and I'll stay up there a bit and I'll talk to her like I always do. And it's the most gorgeous graveyard because it's nestled under Slieve League as well. And in fact, where Mum's grave is, over to the right, you've got Slieve League, and then you can see our house and the farm and the land and everything over to the left. So I just think it's a very comforting, nice place to be, to rest. Okay, so next week I will be live again. I haven't set an agenda. I don't really know what I'm going to be doing. I'll have lots to catch up on. It's going to be crazy, and I have a load of, I'm studying as well, and I have an assignment, a very big one, that needs to be ready for Monday, and I really haven't done any of it yet. I planned to start yesterday and I didn't, and anyway, I will start maybe tomorrow. It'll be done by Monday, put it like that. So listen, have a lovely weekend. And Anne-Marie Kingston. Well, hello, Anne-Marie Kingston. Anne-Marie is the declutter guru of Ireland. Hi, Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie was my guest here, gosh, months and months ago. I'll have to get you back, Anne-Marie, or maybe in September. September's a really good time for fresh starts and decluttering and clearing. And for anybody who wants to join Sharing the Secrets, my interior design masterclass now, join now. And there's a payment plan as well. So the time comes, September comes, I always treat September like January. To me, September is like, it's a start of something. So everything will be starting big time again in September, you know, and I have tons and tons of plans for September. Anne-Marie said she'll come back in September. Well, that's a date, my darling, that's a date. Anne-Marie's down in Cork. Yeah. So listen, be good to yourself and have the loveliest day and the loveliest weekend. And I am just going to chill out and enjoy the rest of today too. I'm not going to do any study. I should have done more when it was raining, but I didn't. But you know what? I did my mindset work instead and did me the power of good. So listen, go, stay safe, stay fabulous. And thank you so much from the bottom of my heart to Dermot and Amanda and Mia, their gorgeous little girl, because we've loved being here in Lizzie's Cottage. Thank you. Over and out. Stay safe, stay fabulous. I'll catch up with you next week.